Hello guys, and welcome to Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole and to Tutorial Tuesday. Today we are again picking a stitch out of the new Crochet Stitch Dictionary by Neil Brass and Evelyn Hetty Burkhart. And we are going to page 19, stitch pattern number 30, Ridges and Bands. Now to do our washcloth that we're going to make today using the Ridges and Bands crochet pattern, stitch pattern, you need some cotton yarn, 6mm crochet hook. You need a tape measure if you want to measure for a certain size, pair of scissors to cut your ends, and a needle to sew in those ends. And so let's get started. Now to do the Ridges and Bands stitch pattern, you need to do a chain of a multiple of 6 plus a 3 beginning chain. So I'm going to do a chain of 30 because 5 times 6 is 30. There's a little bit of math going on, guys. So I'm going to chain 30 to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then a 3 beginning chain. 1, 2, 3. So to start row 1, from the 4th chain from your hook, because these first 3 are our chain 3 beginning chain, you're going to do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Double crochet. Okay, and then in the next chain you're going to do a double crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, skip a chain, and this is the start of our repeat. We're getting ready to start the repeat for this row. So we've chained 1 and we've skipped a chain, and now we're going to do a double crochet in the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, and skip a chain. So that is our repeat that will repeat the rest of this row. We will do a double crochet in 5 chains, chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet in the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, skip a chain, and make sure your chain stays straight so you don't get it twisted up. So chain 1, skip a chain, and then 5 double crochets in the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, skip a chain, and do 5 double crochets in the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, skip a chain, and then do a double crochet in the last 3 chains of your row. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So here's what we have so far. So on row 2, we're going to do a slip stitch in the back loop only of every stitch across, including the chain 1s in between our 5 double crochets. So again, we're going to do a slip stitch back loop only, and I suggest don't do these very tightly because we'll be going into those slip stitches, and it'll be hard to get your crochet hook in if they're real tight. So we're just going to do a slip stitch in the back loop only. And to do a slip stitch, I'll show you again, is you go in the back loop, wrap your yarn, pull through that loop, through that stitch, and then pull through that loop. And again, we're going to go in through the back loop only, wrap our yarn, pull that yarn through all the loops on your hook. And just do these kind of loosely all the way across. And you're just going to go all the way across in every stitch, back loop only, do a slip stitch. And I will meet you near the end, okay? And again, do your slip stitches loose. Don't do them real tight. Okay, I'm coming up on the end. I'm doing a slip stitch in the back loop only of every chain across. And that's for a total of 30 chains if you want to count to make sure that you are that you got it lined up right. Now that's the end of this row. Now we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. Let me lay it down. There's what we got so far. My chain was a little loose here and there, but that'll probably tighten up, especially if you do a border, that'll fix that. Or if once you wash it first time and everything, it'll tighten up your stitches a little bit. Okay, now for row 3, we've chained 3 and into our first slip stitch area, and you're going to have to turn your yarn, your work this way so you can see it. You're going to do a double crochet into that first stitch. And then you're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch. Make sure, let me get my yarn pulled out of the way. Make sure you're looking down at the stitches and you get your hook through both loops of the stitch. Pull your yarn through and do a double crochet. Okay, so now you have your chain 3 and 2 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip your next stitch, and then you're going to do 5 double crochets in the next 5 stitches, 1 in each stitch. So, and then you're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, 5 double crochet in each stitch for the next 5, chain 1, skip a stitch, and on until you get near the end. And when you get near the end, I'll join you again and we'll finish off our row. Okay guys, I just finished my 5 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and skip a stitch, and then I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the last 3 stitches. And again, make your slip stitches loose, and or it's really hard at times to get your crochet hook in there. And I switched up to a crochet hook that was more pointed on the end to see if that helped me, because I am having a little bit of a struggle here. But I'm not feeling well, and I'm having trouble focusing my eyes, so that might have something to do with it. So there's that last stitch. We don't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay, and that's the end of row 3. So now we're going to repeat row 2 and 3 for the width or the length of our washcloth. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then again, we're going to do slip stitches all the way across in every stitch, back loop only. And again, make your slip stitches loose, or you'll have a hard time getting them into, getting your hook in. So continue on doing rows 2 and 3 till you get your washcloth the length that you want it, and I'll meet you back near the end. And this one, you might want to do a border around this one because it kind of has that little dipped in area right there. But anyway, that's what we're doing, and I'm going to keep going until I get it the width I want it, and I'll meet you back and we'll look at our finished product, okay? Just a real quick reminder, when you're getting ready to do row 2, you chain 1 to start your row. And when you're getting ready to do the third row, you chain 3 right before you turn your work to start row 3. So, okay guys, we'll work on mine, and I will meet you back in a little while, and we'll see what this finished washcloth looks like. Okay guys, here's the finished washcloth, and I will tell you up front, I did not like doing this. In fact, I just stopped. I probably could have made it bigger. My problem was getting my hook through the slip stitch to do my double crochets. I don't know if I tried to do my stitches loose, but some of them were really easy to do, and then others it would get really tight for me, and it was hard to get my hook through. And I even changed hooks 3 times and tried to find one with a more pointed head on it, end. But if you don't want to do this one, I don't blame you. Maybe watch it first and then decide. Try it, and if you don't like it, stop. Whatever. I still need to sew in my ends. But there's what it looks like. It's a cute pattern. I don't know about a washcloth then. Maybe a blanket or something, but not even for a baby because there's too many holes. But this is the ridges and bands, which is, it's a cute pattern. So we've learned a new pattern. We've incorporated 2 stitches, a double crochet and a slip stitch together, back loop only on the slip stitch. And that might be even something you could do with a wearable. But I don't know, my hands are hurting lately. And I think, the weather may have something to do with it. We had really bad storms last night. But anyway, there is our washcloth. Let me fold it up. I think looks about the same on both sides. So we'll fold it up, and I'll put it up closer for you to see. So there's your stitch. There's your washcloth. I hope you do enjoy this. This is one of my least favorite ones, I think, so far. I just couldn't go very fast. Is one thing, and so, but there we go. Appreciate you guys, and I love you, and I hope that maybe next week we'll do a stitch a little bit easier and better. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you later in Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. Okay. Bye for now.